In this question, we want to get the two numbers from our edit boxes, EDT num1 and EDT num2. Get those two numbers, we'll store them in variables, and we want to swap the contents of those numbers in the variables. So to achieve the swap, the first thing you need to know is, let's assume I've got two containers, and in the first container I've possibly got milk, and in the second container I've got cool drink. Let's just say I've got Coke. And now I want to swap these around in the two containers without mixing them. And the only way you can perform this swap is to have a third container. So that would be an empty container. Excuse me. So to conduct the swap, we start with either the milk or the Coke. It makes no difference. And we take the contents. I'm going to start with the milk. Take the contents and put it into your temporary variable or temporary container. And the container where the milk was in is now empty. So the Coke can then be put into that container. So that's your step number 2. Now the container that had the Coke is empty, which means the temporary container which had the milk now can be put into the container that had the Coke. So those are the 3 steps that are required whenever you're performing any swap. So let's write the code for this. So you would have num1, which is string to int edt num1.text, and then num2, again string to int edt num2.text. So I've got my 2 numbers. Now I want to go about swapping these 2 numbers. So we need to bring in this temporary variable. So here it is, temp takes on the value. We can start with either num1 or num2, it really doesn't matter, but I'm going to start with num1. Frequently, students write this the other way around, and that's wrong. We want to take what is in num1 and put it into temp. So that is how you would write the statement. So now we can replace num1. So we can say num1 takes on the other value, which is num2. And now we can replace num2, and we can now say num2 takes on the value that was in temp. Always remember that your values go from the variable on the right hand side, and it is stored in the variable on the left hand side. And if you compare what we've done here and compare it with our diagram, you'll see that it fits the diagram. And that's how you would conduct a swap. Finally, you would need to output. So you could say readout.lines.add the values swapped are, and then you are printing num1 and num2, which is going to be int to string num1 plus, and then maybe just leave a space, and then int to string num2.